Welcome to another episode of the You Know Ball NBA Boom NBA show. I'm your host Anthony. He's back. Co-host Phil in the bill. Phil, say what's good.
What's good, y'all? My bad. I was away on a concussion. I'm back now, feeling better. Happy, excited to be back.
We bounced back.
Yes, sir.
Moved. Today we're gonna go through every single playoff series and give our prediction. We also got some play-in talk, and a little bit of news, but this episode's gonna be primarily NBA playoffs. So stick around, because if your favorite team's in the playoffs, you're gonna want to know. If your favorite team's not in the playoffs, then sucks to be you.
Honestly, yeah. Warriors.
We rocking our jerseys today. Phil, what series you want to start with?
Honestly, man, kind of want to start on the Suns and Tim. Or actually, no, I want to start with the Flippers and Mavericks series. Okay. I feel like that one's interesting.
All right, we could work our way out from there. That was the first one I took notes on, because I'm really excited for the series, dude. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Give your hard prediction, like your series prediction, and then we could go into debating.
Honestly, one of the things I put down like real quick was like, you got to establish matchups. Like this one's a big one.
Yeah.
Like you really have to know who you're guarding. And one of the things I put down was, I heard a lot of times people were saying like the Flippers need to start Russell Westbrook. I don't think that's the case. I think they should stick with what they got. But I feel like Terrence Mann obviously guard Kyrie Irving, but I feel like Paul George should guard Luka and James Harden should guard Derrick Jones Jr.
Okay.
That was one thing I was thinking about.
Wait, say it again?
I feel like Paul George should guard Luka and James Harden should guard Derrick Jones Jr.
And then Kawhi on Kyrie?
I put Kawhi on P.J. Washington. I have Terrence Mann on Kyrie Irving.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's better just to have Kawhi like chill out, because now he's having knee problems, and they're saying that he may not even be out or in game one.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just thinking about like, what do you want to do if he were to play? Like have him on a dude who's in the corner.
Yeah, I think the knee injury is a huge thing, because if they drop that first game, then you're sacrificing your home court advantage pretty much. Yeah.
Or are they the 4th seed?
I believe they're the 4th seed.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I'm wrong, but let me double check on that. But I believe.
Oh yeah, they're the 4th seed.
Yeah. So you lose that's huge. But I think they're throwing up a smoke screen right now. Mm-hmm. I think Kawhi's gonna play regardless. This team has so much questions they gotta kind of answer, and I just they need Kawhi to answer those questions. You know, like Kawhi's got to push through it. I personally have Clippers in 7. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna roll with the Clippers on this one, man. I feel like the Mavericks. Again, I'm a fan of the Mavericks, but I'm in the camp of starting Westbrook, just because I think that defensive impact is huge. You know, it's not really about the offense. I get he might be a liability there, but if you could have a dude. I think Russ, Kawhi, Paul George should all be taking turns on Luka the whole series. It's going to be exhausting for the rest of the playoffs, especially if the series does go 7 games. But I think they should do that, definitely. And then also Kyrie's out there, so I think you do need a guy like Russ out there. One big thing I found for them is I think Bones Highland has kind of made himself a playoff rotation player in these last 5 games of the season. In the last 2 games, he's had a 37-point game, and he's had a 20-point game. But I do have this this series going to 7, because I think the bigs on the Mavericks, their speed is going to fuck up, like Zubac and Plumlee, Tice. Like, those are good bigs, obviously, but the Mavericks bigs are a little different against them. You know, like it's a different type of thing, and like schematically it might fuck them up. And then I might be wrong, but this is the first time the Clippers have played the Mavericks with Luka, right? I mean, not with Luka, with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This would definitely be the first time.
So I got Clippers in 7, but I'm not saying like, oh, they're gonna for sure lockdown win. I would not be surprised if the Mavericks won. But in the season series, the Clippers are up on them 2-1.
Yep. Honestly, I'm going Mavs in 6.
Okay, in 6.
I'm going Mavs in 6 because I just, you know me, bro. I really like P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford, and I feel like that just changes everything for the Mavericks. Yeah. And then when you got Derrick Jones Jr. as your 3, and he's a 3-and-D type of dude, I just feel like the energy's there. And now you got Kyrie helping out Luka. Like, these are some pieces that can really help you. So I'm trusting that a little bit more than the Flippers right now, but I'm still not going to count them out. Like, they can still make some noise, but it's all going to rely to me on James Harden finally showing up in the playoffs, and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think the Mavericks have a lot better role players than they did. Maybe not the year they made it to the conference finals, just because I think like Kleber was playing a lot better, Powell was playing a lot better, Ntilikina was playing a lot better, and then they had Jalen Brunson off their bench.
Yeah.
So I feel like that year they had a little bit
And Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they had a little bit more in that aspect, but I think your starting five is a lot better this year. So I do think this is kind of a different team. I do think this series is gonna be like the closest for sure. Like it'll for sure be 6 or 7 games.
Yeah.
I lean towards 7 though.
Okay.
Let's move on to Wolves versus Suns.
Same here.
This is a series, we couldn't even like not talk about it before we started shooting. I'm pretty hyped for the series. I have Wolves in 5. I feel good about this one. My only thing that scares me a little bit, and we've seen this not really matter in the playoffs sometimes, but the Suns didn't lose to the Timberwolves all year this year.
Really?
And I think every time the Timberwolves played the Suns, they had everyone too. The Timberwolves did. I think one of the games Beal missed. But I think the Suns solely ride kind of on like having Beal, Booker, and KD. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the Timberwolves have the dudes to slow those guys down. So it's kind of like who's going to step up for them. And I feel like you're leaning towards Suns just from what we talked about. Yeah. So I want to hear your perspective on that. Like who's going to step up for the Suns? Who's going to kind of carry them into the series?
Honestly, like, obviously, I think KD's going to carry them into. Like, I know Devin Booker. He goes crazy in the playoffs. Like, this is the time, like, he starts averaging, like, I want to say 30, maybe even 32. He balls. But, like, I feel like KD is going to be, like, the important person to start the motion because, yeah, everybody else, like, you got, I want to say Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Royce O'Neal, Kevin Durant, Jusuf Nurkic. But then if you look at that, I'm looking at that matchup between Kevin Durant and Karl Anthony Towns. I'm like, can Karl Anthony Towns really slow him down from, like, dropping, like, 40 one night or
I think they're
like
going to put McDaniels on him.
McDaniels.
I think you could put Cat on Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal's not.
That's true.
I would put McDaniels on KD. I'd put Conley on Beal because Beal really hasn't been anything this year. And Mike Conley's been a great.
Whoa, wait. That was another thing. Beal, these last couple games, and even in the game getting them out of the play-in, he's been a two-way threat.
But I was going to say,
he's been going crazy.
I think Conley has there's like a connotation with him because he's old. Mm-hmm. But Conley could make an all-defensive team this year. He's been a great defender this year.
Oh, yeah.
And then you could put Anthony Edwards on Devin Booker. I think that defense is enough to slow them down for sure. And then I think, like you said, with Nurkic, you got Cat and Rudy. I know Rudy's not the best offensive player, but he's going to kind of tire you out. You always got to be looking out for him on the pick and rolls. Yeah. He's a big dude. You got to box him out on the glass. I think Nurkic is going to get beat up this series. With him and Cat, like, that's going to be some problems for sure, I think.
I think this is going to be a really fun series to watch. And honestly, when people were saying, like, because there was one post saying, like, the Lakers-Nuggets is going to decide the what, like, who's going to win the West or something like that. I really feel like Wolves versus Suns might be in that conversation too. I don't feel like it's fully set.
I don't know if you just saw, but Nick Batum, our boy, got the game-winning block.
Bro.
Game-winning block. Tyler Hero, dog.
Literally carried the Sixers to the win.
Right when I showed you that video, he balled. But back to it. So, what do you think the series is going to end up being?
I think it's either going to be a 6 or 7 series.
Phoenix?
I'm going to go with Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Phoenix for now.
How do you think Phoenix could guard, like, Cat and Ant? Like, what would your strategy be on that?
Honestly, I'd say play a zone.
A zone, really?
I'd say play a zone.
Shit.
Because think about it. You got Rudy Gobert out there, and he's not really like an offensive threat, but he's going to be out there. And then you got Cat, but you could still stick the wing out there if he's going to chill on, like, either side. But, like, the main focus you got to try to, like, figure out is trying to slow down Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Because, like, even, what's his name, McDaniels?
Yeah.
He's sticking out there. Mike Conley, he's trying to play make. If you play his zone, you could probably disrupt them.
I feel like Chris Finch and Mike Conley could figure out a way to bust his own pretty easy though. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how efficient of a shooter McDaniels is. He is around where is this? Okay. He shoots like 33% from 3.
That's not bad.
It's not the best though. 1 for 3. But yeah, I mean, you definitely could zone them for sure. We can move on to the next series if you want. Anything else you want to say about this one?
Honestly, man, I'm just excited for it.
Yeah.
I feel like, oh yeah, my bad. Also, I feel like Nas Reed and Nicolau Alexander-Walker, those are gonna be big guys for him off the bench. That could probably bring in some energy.
Shout out Grayson Allen too. I think he if Grayson Allen could have a good series, then I think the Suns could make some noise, and he probably will. But I just don't know how much like a catch and shoot player could really take over a series unless you're Klay Thompson. Not this Klay Thompson, but prime Klay Thompson.
Oh man, 0 for 10.
Ridiculous. We'll get into that too.
All right.
Nuggets versus
Lakers.
Season series. You know what happened in the season. But what do you think, Phil? I'm gonna let you take the floor. I'm not gonna. If you have the Lakers here, I'm not gonna shit on you too hard. All right, I'm gonna let you ride.
Wait, if you have,
if you pick the Lakers, I'm gonna let you ride because I don't expect you to pick against your team in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, to all those Laker fans who were saying sell the game against the Pelicans and try to go and play the OKC Thunder, even though the two teams down below us whooped our ass in the season, shame on y'all, bro.
Shame.
No, for real. Like, we don't even think about selling games. I don't even think any team thinks about selling games. The fact that we're trying to run away from an opponent that we could have beaten in the playoffs, but, stuff happened, that's just pathetic, bro. Like, I'm not saying we can beat, like, without a doubt we can beat them. I'm just saying, like, respect the opponent, bro.
And also, I don't want to disrespect the old take, but the whole thing with like that Lakers run thing that you said a couple weeks ago, like the Lakers are gonna have to play the Nuggets eventually because you're not in the playoffs to make the conference finals or make it out the first round. You're in there to win the championship, So they'd have to match up against the Nuggets at some point, and it's not like the Nuggets are gonna get worse. If anything, I would think the Lakers have a better chance of getting worse throughout the playoffs just because LeBron is so old and Anthony Davis has been so injury prone in his career. But yeah, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're preaching. But like what I was gonna say was like, I want to play the Nuggets in the first round just because I want to like try to like if they really are gonna be the way they were last year, even though we have a different roster and like we have a different way of doing things. I want to like start off the momentum in a way, like try to mess with them, like try to like tire them out, and then maybe have them lose in another round, or maybe there's a way we can go ahead of them. But anyways, like some of the things I put down was like they don't really have guys like they did last year that killed us on their bench. Like Bruce Brown and Jeff Green were like big dudes that killed us last year, and now they kind of got like they got DeAndre Jordan, Watson, Jackson, and Braun. But Braun didn't really play the other year. He was making a lot of mistakes. He's still young. Watson's young. This is his first time. He doesn't have that same little.
I think Brown and Watson have both made big jumps.
Yeah.
And I think comparing them from last year to this year is unfair to them because I do think I don't think they're Jeff Green and Bruce Brown yet. Yeah. But I do think they've kind of jumped and made they're definitely bigger impact than what they were last year.
I feel like they're bringing a different play style than those guys were bringing. But, I mean, it's still going to be a good series. I want to choose the Lakers.
Choose them, bro.
But I don't know. It's tough because the Nuggets have been doing – like, they've had a good season. They haven't really fallen off. They haven't really, like, had any mistakes. They've won all of their, like, tough matchups. So, I mean, I might go Nuggets in 6, but I want to say Lakers in 7.
Okay. I want to say
Lakers in 7.
I got Nuggets in 5. I just think everything we've seen from Nuggets versus Lakers, it's kind of shown that the Nuggets kind of wiped their ass with you guys. Not to diss though. Like again, I'm okay if you pick the Lakers, but I really think LeBron or AD has to have like a stupid big game for you guys to beat the Nuggets in a game, and I think that'll probably happen once in the playoffs. But I can't see that in a full run. Mm-hmm. But to give you guys credit, I think the Nuggets are worse right now than they were last year, and I think you guys are better right now than you guys were last year in that run.
I feel like the roster's better, but I don't know if the energy's better.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
I feel like the energy was better last year, but either way, I'm going to be excited for this series. If we lose, we lose, bro, but I'm going to be ecstatic if we win.
All right. I got I know you said you didn't take notes for the series. We don't know yet. But I just put Thunder versus the 8 seed. You could let me know what you think about my notes, but I got the Thunder in 6. I think it's going to be Sacramento. I think we find out tomorrow.
Yeah, but either way, Zion's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, so it'll probably be Sacramento.
Yeah.
Sabonis revenge tour. I can see Keon Ellis kind of fucking up Shea, because Keon Ellis fucking scares me right now, bro.
Keon Ellis was nuts last night,
yeah.
bro.
We'll talk about that when we get to that next play.
Yeah.
Because I got some shit to say about that.
Go for it.
But I think we have the perimeter defense to slow up Fox. I think it will be like if Sabonis just goes out and fucks us up, then we lose the series probably. But I think like between Jalen Williams, SGA, Case and Wallace, like we have bodies to throw at De'Aaron Fox. Again, yeah, Keegan and Sabonis are going to torch us, but I think Mark Daigneault is a way better coach than Mike Brown.
Yeah.
So I would give us Thunder in 6. But honestly, bro, like I might just be saying that because we're a young team. Like I think everything we've shown this year that we should like be able to sweep an 8 seed. But my just like gut is telling me Thunder in 6. But I could definitely see us sweeping them, or I could see us losing. Not gonna lie, but I'm thugging with my guys.
I don't see you guys losing.
Nah.
I don't see you guys losing. Watching the Kings play last night, yeah, De'Aaron Fox sort of did his thing. Same with Sabonis. But, bro, like, if it weren't for Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray, I don't know what they would have done in that game. Their playmaking's bad. Like, outside of Domantas Sabonis. Like,
I was going to say, Sabonis feels like their only playmaker.
Yeah, as a team – they go in and score, and that's why I feel like OKC, when it comes to that, like you guys, I feel like you guys are gonna take advantage of that because you guys play really well as a team. The team chemistry's there. Like it's not really a lot of iso ball besides SGA, but like he's doing it because he sees the like moment. He sees like that person can't guard him. I don't feel like as a team you guys can beat him in 5.
I hope so. Yeah, I agree with you. I just think the Kings are they have such a March Madness vibe where, like, I could feel like they just, like, I felt like this last year, too. They could just, like, go off, you know? And then you got De'Aaron Fox 40, Sabonis 33 and 20, just, like, stupid shit like that. But
you guys have good perimeter defense, too, so.
I also think they don't have an answer for Jalen Williams. Like, I think they got the deuce to throw at Shea and, Shea. But I think Jalen Williams would probably have a big series against them. You want to move towards the East?
Honestly, yeah, bro, because that Cavs versus Magic game.
Let's do it.
Or the series, I'm really gonna like that series, bro. I want to see if Mobley's gonna guard Banchero. I would put Mobley on Banchero, but I want to see how that matchup's gonna go. I want to see what just happened.
So they tipped the ball. They passed it into Maxey, and Maxey touched the ball and it went out of bounds. But I think it's over. I don't think they're gonna look at it. There was 0.3 seconds on the clock.
Okay, never mind. My bad. I thought something happened. I just saw people yelling at each other. I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Bad. But this Cavs versus Magic game, bro, it's going to be interesting because if the Cavs win, do you feel like it's going to be like still like celebrated crazy, or do you expect them to beat the Magic? Because I honestly feel like the Magic can beat them.
Okay, this is my thing about this series, right? I think I got a really weird take about this series. So listen in. I think this series is the most unpredictable in the sense where not even just like I don't know who's going to win. I think it's the most unpredictable in the sense where I could see the Magic winning in 4. I could see the Cavs winning in 4, or I could see it going to 7. Like I think this series legit could have every single possible outcome. Like listen, Cavaliers 8-12 in the last 20. So that's not a playoff team in case you didn't know that. But also I kind of feel like it's too early for the Magic to have a playoff run, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's a little too early for that. And the Cavaliers are a little more grizzled vets. Donovan Mitchell slowly ramping up, slowly getting back to that Donovan Mitchell streak that we saw during the middle of the year. But I think the Magic, through 82 games, have kind of shown that they're a better team. Like, they've been way more consistent. The Cavaliers have had their high highs and high lows. The Magic really have just been like the Magic all year. End of the day, I went Cavs in 6 because I think the Magic are a bottom 7 3-point shooting team, like percentage-wise. I think they're the worst 3-point shooting team in the playoffs right now. And the Cavaliers have Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So you're not going to be able to create as much offense on the inside. And obviously you can't really create on the outside. But also like a Jalen Suggs versus Garland or Donovan Mitchell series, like That's gonna be electric too.
Yeah, can they disrupt them?
They
can
can
the Magic disrupt them? Because their defense,
John Isaac.
man, that's one thing I was wondering about. Because I'm like, the whole Wendell Carter Jr. thing, I saw that they weren't really starting him at center no more. They were starting Jonathan Isaac, and he can move. Like,
he guards the guards.
yeah, he's all over the place. So I'm like, can that really like elevate them and change the dynamic? Can that really like, can they disrupt the Cavs offense? Can they disrupt their playmakers from playmaking? Can they make Evan Mobley and Jared Allen just be rebounding defenders?
But that's what I was gonna say. Can you have Jonathan Isaac guard a guard in this series? Like then you got Paolo and Franz guarding Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, and I know they're good, but I want to say that they both got 3-4 inches on them. Pause. But
I don't feel like that's a pause. I know we know what that means.
I just want to make sure that the people at home know that what I was saying.
Okay, check yourselves.
I'm checking them, not you. But you know, like Franz and Paulo, like they've been great defenders this year. Mm-hmm. But Evan Mobley's 7'2". I think Jared Allen's 7 feet, 6'11", something like that. That's a lot of height to make up. Mm-hmm. You know. Yeah. What do you think about this series? What's your prediction?
I just feel like, well, my prediction right now is Magic in 6.
Okay.
Because I just, you know me, I'm a sucker for defense, bro. And the fact that Jonathan Isaac is now, like, they're considering him at the center, I didn't even think about that.
He's been good, bro.
I forgot he was 6'11".
The Jonathan Isaac talk right now is Jonathan Isaac is, like, the best defender in the league for, like, 6 minutes. And then he gasses out, and they have to sub him out. Because he just, like, he goes 120 when he's in. And then you can only do that for so long, bro. It's like Russ. But Russ is just cardio machine.
Russ is a different type of engine, but honestly, man, I'm gonna like this series, but I feel like if the Magic really mess with the Cavs offense like enough, they can win the series.
I agree with you. I love the Magic's defense. I do think this is such an unpredictable series, but I just don't know how the Magic can do that. You know, like I think the matchup is weird for the Magic. But their season series this year has been split 2-2. So, you know, like the Magic have shown they could beat them.
This is gonna be fun, bro.
It's gonna be a fun series for sure.
Now
this is gonna be a fun series.
Let's get to these motherfuckers.
We're talking about the same one, right? Bucks Pacers.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun fucking. So in case y'all forgot or didn't know, was it Halliburton? No, what player was it? Isaiah Jackson.
Oh, you talking about
who was the game ball for?
Oh yeah,
the game ball game.
Well, they just had a lot of situations, bro. Because remember the in-season tournament they first played each other, and then there was the whole Dame time situation when Tyrese said that one thing to disrespect Dame, and then there was the ball. I think it was Giannis dropped what was this 50 or 60 on them, and then
64.
Yeah,
Oscar Tshiebwe got his first career bucket.
Yeah, Tshiebwe.
Crazy. That's just crazy, bro. This is gonna be like the funnest series to watch. And then I think it was Malik Beasley said, like, oh, they don't want to see us in the playoffs.
Boy. Memphis Grizzlies, bro. Memphis Grizzlies. Why are you talking?
So I want to hear what you got to say about, like, break down the series.
Oh, man, bro. Like, the Pacers, like, before we even talk about gameplay, this is going to be toxic. Like, I've been seeing the timeline on Twitter, and there's been a lot of Pacers and Bucks fans going at each other. So, either way, it's going to be toxic.
And I think those are two close cities.
Yeah. This is going to be funny, bro. But, like, talking game-wise, the Pacers play fast.
Yep.
And they just added Pascal Siakam. Like, this may be a problem for the Bucks. And the fact that Giannis may not be playing in game 1, that's a problem too. And I don't even think they have home court advantage. Do they actually?
Who? The Bucks do.
The Bucks?
Bucks do.
Okay, yeah, my bad. I read that wrong. Never mind. But if they were to drop any of those home games at the start, I think the Pacers, like, I think they can take them.
So that's your prediction? What's your prediction? How many games? What are you talking?
If Giannis doesn't play the first game,
I gave you $50. I say go bet on how many games and who wins this series. What are you saying?
I'm going Pacers in 6.
I'm going Pacers in 6 too, my brother.
I'm going Pacers in 6, bro. Come on, now let me stretch out. There we go.
Pause. Oh,
man, you on one today.
Let me stretch out.
You
It's
said pause.
crazy.
Just trying to stretch out my arm, but all right.
Bucks versus Pacers. Okay. This is
Let me
what I
hear what
think.
you got to say.
Everyone that like shit on the Thunder and said like you got to match up against the Thunder. This is the team in the East where if I'm one of those teams, I want it to match up against the Bucks because I think the Bucks are so close to an explosion point.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna switch up. I know we dapped up and you stretched me out, but Pacers in 5, I think.
Pacers in 5?
I'm gonna go Pacers in 5.
Pacers in 5?
Listen, the first time Giannis ever struggled in the playoffs super hard, that like I visibly remember, was against Pascal Siakam in the Raptors when they built the wall against him.
Yeah.
And I think Siakam definitely got notes for that. Like he knows what they got to do. I think Turner, can stretch Lopez or Giannis out of the paint. He's going to keep them out. Simple as that. You got to guard Miles Turner on the outside, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to stretch the paint, and that allows easy attack. You could say it the other way, too, where Lopez will stretch Turner out. Like, they'll stretch each other out, kind of.
Oh my gosh, you know what you're
I get you. I
Talking
get
ball.
you. Continue.
But I think the Pacers benefit a lot more from that space. And I just think the Bucks need a Dame series. They need a Dame series. And I don't know if Dame's got that anymore, bro. I don't know if he could put out 7, 6, 5'4" good games. String them together, you know?
I'm going to need Dame to go crazy just to, like, light a fire in his teammates, bro. Because if he were to
Fuck
have a
that
40
team.
ball or something,
Fuck that team.
just encourage them, bro. Like, I still want a good series. Like,
Nah, I don't. I think a good series is the Pacers winning. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
That becomes an iconic series, in my opinion.
I still want it to low-key go to 6 or 7, bro, just to, like, have that anticipation.
Yeah.
But I do feel bad for Giannis, bro. Like, if we're being real, that Drew Holiday trade fucked everything.
Fuck them, bro.
That
You
was-
see Drew
that
getting
was
paid
bad.
$135, I think he got.
I never liked that trade. When the first thing came in that Dame was going to be a Buck, I was like, oh, shoot. A Drew Holiday and Dame backcourt, offense and defense? Okay. And then when I saw that Drew Holiday was in the trade, I literally almost threw my phone.
Fucked him.
I literally almost threw my phone.
Fucked him.
But, I mean, now, reality, now you got to
Deal with Tyrese Halliburton, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't got Drew out there, like, he's going to torch him. He's going to fuck him up, dude. He'll figure out that defense real quick. Nothing for him to worry about. I guess now that we know that the 76ers are going to play the Heat, play the Knicks, excuse me. I took notes on if the Sixers were to win or if the Heat were to win. But I'll just tell you what I put for the Sixers. If the Sixers win, I got 76ers in 6. Sixers and Sixers, the Knicks.
Okay.
The Sixers have looked really good when Embiid is healthy. With healthy Embiid, Philly is 31-8 this season.
wow.
So if that were to like simulate out the whole season, they'd be 65-17, which would be the number 1 seed in the East. I think the playing game gave Embiid time. That's just another game he could have under his belt to get back to full form. And I think they finally have the firepower to make noise. Like we just watched the game. You see Nick Batum be the one to get the game-winning block. You see Kelly Oubre to be the one to hit the game-winning free throws. Like, it doesn't have to be Joel Embiid and friends anymore. And I think that's a big thing for him. And also, I think this is a big series for Embiid. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the Knicks will be back next year, you know? But if Embiid struggles again in the playoffs, then that's pretty scary for Embiid. Like, personally, this might be a hot take. I think Embiid's the best player in basketball right now. I think he's the best player in the world right now when he's, like, 100% healthy.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier. We thought, he was number 1 in MVP voting.
But I'm saying, like, even this year when he played, he was number 1 in the world, I think.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I had him on my list. I had him over Jokic.
So that's what I'm saying. So, like, if he don't win this series, and I know it's a 2 versus 7 seed, so that's not his expectation. But if he don't win this series, bro, I can't do that. I can't put him as the best player in the world. I'm sorry, but you can't keep losing every first round series. Now you got help. Now you got Tyrese Maxey. The Knicks don't have Julius Randle this series. It'll be a dogfight for sure. But I got Sixers in 6.
No, I ain't going to lie, bro. I'm going to need you to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm sorry. I need to see an Eastern Conference Finals, bro, for the Sixers. I need to see Joel Embiid like get there, bro. This is ridiculous.
It is. I'll give him a pass though this year. I just need the first round this year because
Just the first round.
That's all I need this year. Who would they play if they made it to the second round now?
So if they were to make it to the second round, they'd either play the Bucks or the Pacers.
They can make the conference finals this year, bro.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro.
You're right. You're right. I need the conference
I
finals.
need the
this year.
conference finals. Like,
I need it. If they lose to the Pacers, that's disappointing.
yep.
But if Pacers make the conference finals, then it's kind of like that Trae Young year. That's the same vibe, same type beat.
Holy shit.
And then Celtics versus the AC. I put Celtics in 4. It don't matter. It don't matter. Even if it's Miami, bro.
Here's the thing. I tried to get a little light into this because it's been weirding me out. Because 4 years ago, Lakers were the 1 seed. Highest rated team. Media coverage all over. Talking about if they lose, yada, yada, yada. If they lose, it's a fail. Yada, yada. The Celtics have been one of the, I'd say a top 4 Eastern Conference team for a long time.
Yup.
No championships. They've been the best team this whole year.
Yup.
Why is there barely any media coverage on if they lose, yada, like this ruins everything? All I'm hearing is, oh, they signed Drew Holiday to an extension. Oh, that's good for them. Their team's going crazy. Why have I not heard anything about if they lose, it's done? Like a Jason Tatum may leave. Like I've heard more stuff about LeBron James leaving us over a 7 seed than the Celtics losing in this because they've lost some embarrassing games this year. Some. I think they should have some pressure on them, bro.
I definitely agree with you. I do think there isn't enough, like, I don't want to say negative media coverage, but there definitely needs to be more talk about that. Like, but here's what I'm going to say. The Celtics, I think the reason that the Lakers shit happened compared to the Celtics is when the Lakers were doing it, like LeBron was older. No one knows when LeBron's going to go. Anthony Davis is always like banged up. You never know when he's just going to get cooked. The Celtics have Tatum on a 5-year deal, Jaylen Brown on the biggest contract in the NBA, and Drew Holiday just another 3 years. So they still got this core for another 3 years. Now, I agree with you, though, in the sense where the Celtics got to win to kind of cement themselves as, like, they could have another dynasty if they win this year because then they could go back-to-back. They could go 3 in a row type shit because that's how good this team is. But I think the pressure to win a one-off is going to come in 2 to 3 years when, okay, now it's like Jaylen Brown's unhappy, Jason Tatum's unhappy. What are they going to do? I just think, like, winning now prevents that situation in the future.
Yeah.
But that's the future, you know? When it comes to, like, the LeBron thing, it's like LeBron's old. He could retire next year type shit. You know, like, he was older. Or I want to think of a team that had the pressure like that. Like, I don't even know. What's a team like that had the – maybe, like, the Bucks before they won with Giannis, they kind of had the pressure like that where it was like, oh, like, they're cooked. You can't win with Giannis.
Maybe the Spurs?
That's old, though.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm saying the Bucks because they were like, there was so much talk about how you can't win with Giannis, or even like the Sixers when they had Jimmy Butler, Joel, Ben Simmons. It was like and that's the situation that the Celtics won't get to because the Sixers got there, fumbled, and then fucked up by letting Jimmy walk. The Celtics, if they fuck up this year, you got all your dudes locked down. You just run it back next year.
Yeah, but what if Tatum decides, you know?
He's on 5 years though. He's there till 29.
I think. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Did he get extended?
I just looked it up because
I
didn't remember
I didn't
that.
see an extension for him. I only saw an extension for Drew Holiday and then the recent one for Jaylen Brown.
5-year, 163. That could get to 193. But I don't know about.
I'm about to say I don't even know if they can pay him because now like they're also a second apron team.
Oh, okay. Wait. I'm tripping. So they got Tatum locked down for the next 3 years too. So same thing as Drew Holiday. He got this extension a while ago. So if like that year when the Drew Holiday, Tatum, and Brown all could leave in the offseason, that's when you put that pressure on them.
But
I don't know if
bro. They haven't won since 2008.
Doc Rivers.
Yeah. It's like where's the pressure?
I want to see if they could lose Porzingis this year. You think they could lose Porzingis or Derek White this year?
Oh, shoot. I mean,
Nah, they
I
can't.
feel like they need to keep Derek White.
I'm talking about like in the off season.
Oh, you talking about during the playoffs?
I'm saying like in the off season, could they lose these guys? You know what I mean?
Shows he has a player option.
24, 25.
And then he has like
I don't
2
even know what
years
I'm
with
looking at.
29, 30.
So he should be good. Never mind.
He
probably
should be good.
They got all their dudes locked down. I don't think they need that pressure yet. And like, realistically, like if the Celtics lose this year, they could only get better next year because a lot of their role players really aren't on shit other than Derek White. Like they could re-up and add a couple like Jeff Greens and shit like that.
I don't know about that. The second apron.
Their second, but they can't sign no one. They can't even sign like vet minimums. Chris Paul is gonna go somewhere, and I think it's the Lakers next year. But he's gonna go somewhere on a.
Lakers,
he's gonna go. No. He's gonna go somewhere on a vet minimum though. Like he won't go to the Lakers if they gotta pay him.
Mm-hmm.
But if they could sign him to an M, like you want Chris Paul on your bench. LeBron always talks about how much he loved playing with Rondo because Rondo is that type of leader. Chris Paul could do the same shit that Rondo was doing.
Yeah, but we got to keep our eyes on centers and forwards right now, bro.
That's
have
true,
4 guards on our roster. Well, no, we have, counting shooting guards, we have probably like 7.
Are they locked down till next year?
Besides Spencer, Spencer, Gabe Vincent's locked up, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. Only guys who aren't locked up is Max Christie and Tarion Prince.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just don't think we need a Chris Paul right now, bro. I don't think we do. I like Spencer Dinwiddie more than Chris Paul.
I think there's bigger priorities than Chris Paul for sure for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I think adding a Chris Paul wouldn't hurt.
Also, let me get your reaction on the Warriors loss yesterday, bro.
Yeah, dude. Keon. Okay.
What'd you think of that game yesterday?
Let me say something.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm not going to sit here and act like this is a hot take.
Mm-hmm.
But the Warriors should blow it up. Like, blow it up. Like, Steph Curry still's got good years left in his career. They could get good value for him.
Mm-hmm.
Clay and Dre are overpays, but a team's going to want to take them for sure. Like, I would love Klay Thompson on the Thunder or something like that.
You guys could pay for him, too.
Draymond, all the talk about him getting a big contract, I think is kind of gone now. Like, I don't think Draymond's for sure out of there, bro. Low-key, as shitty as Jordan Poole was, they picked wrong picking Draymond over Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole, I think the reason Jordan Poole struggled this much this year is because he got to put in a position that he's not ready for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, on the Warriors, he could be a backup point guard, shooting guard. But on the Wizards, when you got to rely on this dude to be your first or second option, he's not really like that. I say blow it up. But thoughts on the game, I think it's kind of leading into the Pelicans game a little bit. But, like, Keon Ellis, I don't know if you saw. I know everyone was talking shit about Clay, but C.J. McCollum has shot like under 35% in all 3 playing games he's played, and now he's got to go against Keon Ellis. McCollum's gonna go 1 for 30.
Like I said, bro, I still don't even know if Ingram's playing. I know that Zion's not playing, but bro, if CJ, he was having such a good run before he played the Lakers in that regular season game, and then the playing game, I thought he was gonna go off. He still didn't go off. Now it's like, bro, you're about to play the Kings. They got really good perimeter defense. Like, what are you going to do? You've been shooting bad. Are you going to shoot better against this defense, bro?
Yeah, and the Zion thing, bro, and I'm definitely going to glaze here.
I'm sad, bro.
I know the glazing usually stays on that side of the table, but I'm going to glaze a little here.
Okay.
Zion sitting out tells me that NBA Twitter, the NBA media is so wrong about the playoff perspective on the Thunder. Mm-hmm. And this is why. Like, everyone literally, we talked about this already, but the whole Lakers should lose so they could match up against the Thunder thing. Like, teams aren't really looking at it like that because if they were, then Zion would push himself to play. Yeah. But I bet the Pelicans think, like, we're not going to push Zion to play because we're going to have to play against the Thunder anyway. Like, you don't want to get bounced by the Thunder, the rookies on the block. I know we're the 1 seed, but you don't want to get bounced by us. So I feel like if the Thunder were so, like, beatable as people are making it seem, then Zion would, like, push through it. But I don't know.
I don't know if it's his decision, though, because they said he's being reevaluated in 2 weeks. So I feel like it is serious, but
I feel like any other team would have just been like, he's good. Like, we need him for this game.
Well, I mean, if that's your future right there, I'm sitting him down.
I don't know. We all know Zion's future is New York. My boy wants that bacon, egg, and cheese.
Extra crispy.
Shout out Zion, though. I shouldn't have said that. I feel like there's so much shitty media coverage on Zion, even though he did give you guys a 40. Like, shout out him for that.
Oh, yeah. No, I was impressed because, like, we held him to 4 points the first game, and then he had 40 with, 15 rebounds? And I was like...
I was not expecting that yesterday.
Where was this the first game, bro?
Yeah, I was not expecting that,
I'm happy he didn't do it, though. It helped us. But where the hell has this been?
Where they at?
But I don't know, bro. Like, the Pelicans, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna win. Kings are gonna play y'all. And even if they were trying to duck y'all, I don't even think it would be a good idea for them because they just played 2 games and now they're playing you guys off like 1 day of rest.
Yeah.
You
We
guys
don't
are
we don't play
fast.
till Sunday.
Oh, Sunday?
We play Sunday, so
Why the hell we playing on Saturday? The NBA screwing us over
that's
already.
the 1 seed benefit. How much time we got?
You're at 40 minutes.
All right.
Wow.
We could just cut it off here. Quick episode.
Okay.
Unless you had something else you want to talk about.
You know what? I want to say one last thing.
Say it. Go ahead, Phil.
The media been tripping lately, bro. I wanted to talk about this like last week, but concussion. I don't know what's been going on, bro, but like the one thing I want to tell you about was the Stephen A. Smith thing.
Okay, I'm
So,
listening.
Brody went on a whole tangent on who he likes on the Knicks. The problem was who he said. So you know how Quentin Grimes was traded?
Atlanta, right?
Oh, Detroit. It was one of those teams.
Oh, you're right.
It was a low team.
Yeah.
But he was talking about why he's excited, and the trade happened 3-4 weeks ago or something.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Last week or 2 weeks ago, Brody's going a full tangent on how he likes Quentin Grimes right now for the Knicks. He's been doing his thing. He's been going crazy, and everybody's looking at him like, motherfucker. He hasn't been playing for the Knicks for 2 months. What do you mean you like him? And he's talking about all these other players, Isaiah Hardenstein, who's been out, injury. And I'm just like, bro, who gave him a script? What is going on with the media right now? And then we got Kendrick Perkins over here
I don't take that. Bro,
putting
low-key, I don't take
Brandon
shit
Podziemski on an all-defensive team.
over who? On the all defensive first team or second team?
It was either first team or second team. But let's be real. Should Brandon Podziemski be on a first or second team ballot right now?
Tell me who you got.
In the guard section.
Okay, no, actually that is crazy because
What?
I believe this year it's positionless.
Yeah.
So Podziemski, I think would make sense if you had to do 4 guards. I wouldn't do it, but I could see the argument for it.
I'd rather put Gary Payton II up there before Podziemski, bro.
But if it's positionless, bro, you could have so many more names. Over
Yeah,
him.
you could, but Podziemski?
But who are you taking over Pods? Why are you disrespecting
I'm
Pods?
taking Drew Holiday over him.
I agree with you.
Derek White.
I agree
but
with
he's
you.
probably a first team. But there's
Let me hear who else.
shit. I'll take Stephen Curry over him. I don't care.
Chill.
Podziemski should not be on a second team all
Then name
defense
2 other
first
guys.
team any. I named 3.
You taking Steph over Pods?
I'm taking Steph over Pods, bro.
Podziemski guards the best guy on the other team. He does.
I think that's Gary Payton II, sir.
Gary Payton don't even play.
Gary Payton plays, bro.
How many minutes he got? Let me see this.
Well, actually, has he even played 65 games?
Pods or Gary Payton? I don't think Gary Payton has. Let me see this.
Shoot, I'll take Darius Garland. I'm just kidding.
Chill. No, I think there's definitely dudes you could put over Pods.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not
just-
saying he's a lock or nothing.
Well, pretty
But
much what I'm trying to say is
I think
like,
you could take Shea, leading the league in steals.
well,
Fox,
he's first team, I think.
leading the league in steals. But yeah, Gary don't really get no minutes like that. Gary yesterday though, he put up a 7 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out GP2.
But yeah, what I'm trying to say is like the media's been taking a lot of L's and like they've been.
Jalen Suggs.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah, Jalen
Sorry for
Suggs.
cutting
My
you
bad,
off.
I forgot about
Westbrook, I'd probably put over Pods
that.
too.
Yeah, he's been having a defensive, like really good defense this year.
Yeah. Caruso.
1,000%. No debate.
Any Lakers? Any Laker guard? Lockdown Laker guard?
I mean, I would say Spencer Dinwiddie, but he hasn't really been like.
In his bag.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't feel like the fact that he has a vote in that just scares me.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
my bad.
even homeboy JJ Redick had didn't put AD on his first or second team.
Yeah, I see.
I
that
was
too.
like,
I was
what
listening
the
to that
hell?
podcast. I did not get that at
I
all.
was like, bro, if you don't want to put him on the first team, I understand, but second team?
But then he also, I think he put him on All NBA third team. Like, so you're thinking about him, but you don't think about him as a. And shout out JJ, bro. JJ is a great basketball.
I love JJ. I love mind the game, but bro, what are you doing with AD?
It's disrespect. I feel like he must have just forgot about him.
I don't know. I just think the media right now, besides, mind the game and all that, like, it's just been off.
Yeah.
Like, that whole Stephen A. Smith thing and, like, the Kendrick Perkins and then JJ Redick voting thing, like, it just scares me, bro. Because then that's why we need mind the game.
The fact that like Gilbert Arenas is one of the biggest basketball minds right now is scary.
Oh boy,
It's
I don't
scary.
even want to think about that podcast, bro. I tried to mention it before, but then I recently heard what he was talking about, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm good, bro.
He just does it for clicks, bro. And like, shout out him, get your money, but fuck, dude. Like his shit is ass. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like he don't even watch like Stephen A. But yeah. All right, now we could end it. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of You Know Ball.
Still going crazy. Apparently he whipping it like Triple H. But make sure to like, subscribe, follow. Make sure to add us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. I actually like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I do too. I'm a
But
fan.
yo, ring that bell. Make sure to be here when we here, and we out.
Shout out 125. Goodbye.